Welcome to Revelation Unraveled. I'm your host, William Tapley, also known as the third eagle of the apocalypse and the co-prophet of the end times. Yesterday, President Vladimir Putin of Russia met with President Barack Obama of the United States at the G8 conference in Northern Ireland. The last time these two world leaders met was in Los Cabos, Mexico, 1 year ago. Since then, relations between the United States and Russia have deteriorated considerably, primarily over the issue of Syria. As you know, in Bible prophecy, Daniel chapter number 11, the last king of the south, who is Barack Obama, will provoke the last king of the north, who is Vladimir Putin, into worldwide global warfare. Now, both of these world leaders are polished performers on the world stage. They know enough not to express their emotions, at least they try not to, and they want to give the impression to the people of the world that they are securely in charge and you don't have anything to worry about. Let's take a look at what Obama said about the situation in Syria.
And with respect to Syria, we do have differing perspectives on the problem, but we share an interest in reducing the violence, securing chemical weapons, and ensuring that they're neither used nor are they subject to proliferation, and that we want to try to resolve the issue through political means if possible, and so we will have instructed our teams to continue to work on the potential of a Geneva follow-up to the first meeting.
It's interesting that last year at Los Cabos, President Obama gave almost the exact same 38-second long speech as he gave yesterday. However, if you look at the body language of these two men, I think you will find that they were much more relaxed last year than this year.
And finally, as the President mentioned, we discussed Syria, where we agreed that we need to see a cessation of the violence, that a political process has to be created to prevent civil war and the kind of horrific deaths that we've seen over the last several weeks. And we pledged to work with other international actors, including the United Nations, Kofi Annan, and all interested parties in trying to find a resolution to this problem.
There is no doubt we are much closer to the Daniel 11 war this year than last year. And President Obama tried to kind of break the ice between these two leaders when he closed this news conference with some comical remarks about judo and basketball and getting older.
And finally, we compared notes on President Putin's expertise in judo and my declining skills in basketball. And we both agreed that as you get older, it takes more time to recover.
Of course, the last king of the South, Barack Obama, can't really put anything over on the last king of the North, Vladimir Putin, no matter how hard he tries. And Vladimir Putin very accurately recognized what Obama was doing, and he said, "You are just trying to relax me."
Президент хочет меня расслабить своим заявлением о том, что он старается становиться слабее.
The president wants to relax me with his statement that the age says.
Thank you.
Now, earlier, President Obama addressed some youth in Belfast, Northern Ireland, and he suggested that the solution to their problems is completely different than in Syria. And he suggested they should close their Catholic schools. Really, Mr. Obama? Here in the United States, government schools wish they could be as good as Catholic schools. And incidentally, do you send your daughters to public schools, Mr. Obama?
If towns remain divided,
If Catholics have their schools and buildings and Protestants have theirs, if we can't see ourselves in one another, if fear or resentment are allowed to harden, that encourages division. It discourages cooperation.
So it would seem that President Obama's solution to the problems in Northern Ireland is to close Catholic schools, whereas the solution to the problems in Syria is to send in more guns and bullets. As I said 5 years ago when I first came on YouTube, Barack Obama will be a man of war, not a man of peace. And as always, I offer a free copy of my book, Revelation Unraveled, for any of you who may be interested. You can write to the address you see on your screen for a free copy, or you can go to my Third Eagle Books channel and click on the Revelation Unraveled book in the banner and read it now. Or you can go to my William Tapley channel, which you can also find on the Third Eagle Books channel, and you can listen to me reading my book. I am now up to part 14, and if you have problems with hearing or reading, you can listen to me read my own book.